If you're a sports fan, make sure you go check out SportsCastr for all of your sports news. Whether you are a Patriots fan or not, this is the perfect way to meet all of your sports needs and is a platform I personally use myself in case any of you guys want to catch me live talking about training camp recaps, etc. I'll leave a link in the description below. What is up, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, I just feel like I had to talk about the success of undrafted signing wide receiver Jakobi Meyers. Before we hop into this one, though, if you would like to know more about Jakobi Meyers coming into the draft and then the Patriots selecting him coming out of college, and just the type of player he is and what he brings to New England, I will leave the video in the description that I made about him. Now, through the Patriots' 8 training camp practices, there have been a lot of surprises, all right? There have been a lot of guys who have stuck out that were not expected to, and there were a lot of guys that we said need to stick out that have not. And we've been giving a lot of praise when it comes to someone like Maurice Harris, and he without a doubt deserves the praise, but we are not talking about Jakobi Meyers enough. All right, this is Tom Brady's completions through 8 practices of training camp. All right, Jakobi Meyers beats everybody else with 7. Through 8 practices of training camp, every training camp we've had so far, Brady's most completions have went to Jakobi Meyers. And that does not just go for the wide receivers. You know, that goes to the tight ends and the running backs also in the passing game. Now, with a guy like Maurice Harris, you're hearing how good he's doing. You're hearing that he's doing his job. He's picking things up very fast. He's building a connection fast with Tom Brady. He has sure hands, but you're not necessarily hearing that he's making spectacular catches. Now, he definitely has made some very nice grabs, but you're never hearing he's made the play of the day. Maurice Harris has done that a couple of times throughout training camp, one of which he was being covered by Patrick Chung and Keon Crossan. All right, Jakobi Meyers goes up, gets it with one hand, and then is able to bring it back down to himself in order to get the touchdown. But not only is he finally building a chemistry with Tom Brady, which is something that a lot of these other guys are struggling to do, but it is also saying his potential when he is going with and he's riding through training camp with the first team, all right? He's not practicing with these second team guys, these third string guys. He's been practicing with these first string starters. In fact, he's actually being put over first round pick N'Keal Harry. Now, there was one point on Wednesday's practice where basically the entire offense had to run a couple of laps because everything that day with the offense was bad. You know what I mean? We're talking about fumbling on snaps. We're talking about false starts by every offensive lineman, tight ends, everyone. So the entire offense is running their laps, and you see Jakobi Meyers jogging, and he's talking to, get this, Josh McDaniels, the Patriots offensive coordinator. Of course, this is a little thing, but when you're an undrafted rookie signing who is showing up in camp and you're jogging, you are talking to the offensive coordinator, obviously there's something in that, and that's a pretty big thing. It's a pretty big deal. There really has not been a lot of guys that have caught every single pass gone their way. I mean, not Matt LaCosse, not Philip Dorsett, not Ben Watson, but yet Jakobi Meyers, the undrafted signing, has caught everything thrown his way, and especially by Tom Brady, and in competitive drills. And this is including 3 catches in hurry-up drills during each of the last 2 practices. And like I mentioned before, he's just been making plays day in and day out, and you're hearing that these are the play of the day. You know, there was that one catch that I talked about earlier that has been talked about the best play of training camp. You know, not just for wide receivers, not just offense, but the best play out of every one of the entire training camp. And he's had about 3 or 4 of those. What I really like about Meyers is that he was actually a former quarterback. All right, he used to be a quarterback, and then he got transitioned into wide receiver, so he has the mind of a quarterback. He knows what it takes. He knows the plays. He knows route adjustments, and he's very good at fine-tuning and finding the fine points. The best thing here is that reports are coming out saying that Meyers looks very comfortable where he's at, all right? He's been a very versatile player when he was in college. he was able to play on the outside, but they mainly put him in the middle, in the slot. And he's a 6'2", 6'3" guy, so he brings a lot of height no matter where he plays. But the Patriots lately have been doing this thing with the receivers in which they are putting some guys split through the middle, and they're splitting some guys through the outside. And Jakobi Meyers has been playing on the outside and not in the slot. Now, of course, this is the Patriots, right? This is Bill Belichick. You're still going to see him in the slot at times, but from what we're seeing, Bill Belichick is really going to try to use his frame and his skills to try to make him a guy that is a threat towards the outside of the sidelines. The chemistry is seriously brewing between Tom Brady and Jakobi Meyers, and that is really the main thing that has to happen if you want to make this roster. Really, Jakobi Meyers' big competition was going to be Braxton Berrios, and he's 100% beaten Braxton Berrios at this point. Now, it is still fairly early on, so I'm not comfortable enough saying that Jakobi Meyers is a lock, but if he can keep playing this way he does and keep having a chemistry with Tom Brady, then he's going to win. We'll have to continue to see how things pan out for him, especially in the upcoming preseason games. That's going to be the true test for him. But I'm very excited to see what happens with undrafted wide receiver Jakobi Meyers. But that's it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on Jakobi Meyers? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And like always, if you guys want to cop some Patriots Global merch, I will leave a link in the description below. Make sure you guys share this video with everybody who knows we can go to the Patriots Global family. And other than that, I will catch you guys in another video.